Good morning, Velma Hagar here. And I always talk about something that is scriptural. And this morning I have something that is so important, even though it's not as scriptural as it is scriptural, but I'm going to use the word, consider the other more important than yourself. I'm going to use that verse to support what I'm about to say. There's a lot of you that do not want to hear this, and particularly the men who have chosen to not help their children, or by the women who have chosen to try to destroy their husbands because they're not helping. And guys, I have to tell you, this is so grievous to me. Women trying to destroy men because they did not make their child support. Now, should a man pay child support? Absolutely, he should. But if he doesn't have it, which many times he doesn't, the woman tries to destroy him. All right, so you had a divorce. God hates divorce to begin with. He hates it. And this is part of the reason. You want a surefire way to destroy your children? Try to destroy their parent, their mother, or their dad. You will destroy your child. Mothers, I have watched you, and I am angry about this one. Look, I was a mother without child support, so I'm not speaking from someone who doesn't know better, okay? I understand what it's like. I had 3 children. I had no money. My husband ran off with another woman and left me with no child support. Now, I tell you that because there was a time when, I'm going to tell you the story of what happened. I have 3 children that serve God and are beautiful, beautiful human beings. I also have an ex-husband that I'm very close friends with through this, okay? We've been divorced 40 years. I had 3 children by this man. Okay, now, one day I was struggling. Oh my God, I was struggling. I had no money. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no child support. I was awarded $300 a month for 3 kids back then. I never got it once, not even once. So I'm standing in my kitchen and I'm saying to my children, I'm taking him to court. I'm having his butt thrown in jail. I was just carrying on. I was madder than a hornet. And they're all crying. Please, Mom, please don't hurt our dad. They were 15, 14, and 9 at this time. Please, Mom. And I'm saying, well, what about me? What about me? What am I going to do? And they go, Mom, please don't hurt our dad. We'll help you. You can do this. Just don't have him thrown in jail. And I'll never forget, I stood there and I hung my head and I said, okay, I won't. I made a decision to help them. That was the best decision I ever made in my life, you guys. Now, was it easy? No. I had to work my butt off. And even then, I struggled. But I did it without help and without throwing their dad in jail and without trying to destroy him. When you destroy their parent, I'm going to tell you something. That blood runs through their veins, and there is something in them that hurts. It hurts them, even when they have a bad daddy. My daddy was awful, but every time my mother would badmouth him, I'd say, Mom, that blood runs through my veins. Don't do that. I knew it bothered me. I knew he was a jerk. I knew everything he did. I didn't want to hear the bad stuff about him. I wanted to think that somewhere in there was something good in him that was going to be in me too. Now, I say all that to say this. Every man should want to support his children. If you're one of those men and you don't have the money, or your wife is ex-wife trying to destroy you, and is probably hurting any hope of getting married, and if you are married, it's probably hurting your new marriage, this is a heinous, grievous sin in our country. And our country supports these women who try to destroy these men. This is not good. There's no way you're going to get blessed if you're doing that to your ex-husband. There's no way. I'll tell you right now, stop it. If your husband or ex-husband chooses not to care for his children, shame on him. He will deal with that, I guarantee you. He will do it. You don't need to try to destroy him because he'll take himself down if he's doing that. But if he really doesn't have the money and you're doing that to him, shame on you. You're having a man thrown in jail because he can't support his children. I had a son who had this happen to him. And I've forgiven his ex-wife. She's turned out to be a wonderful person in the end, and she finally backed off. But I came down on her like a Mack truck. Stop it. You can do this, because I know I did it. I was a woman alone with 3 of them, you guys. Not just 1, but 3. Not just 2, but 3. And I did it. So can you. Once you make that decision that you're going to put your trust in God, not in the court system to get the money from your ex-husband, which is a waste of energy, time, and it just rips your soul out. Once you make a decision, you know what, God, I need your help. One of 2 things will happen. Either God will give you the way to make the provision, or he'll cause your ex-husband to have the money and be able to pay it. One way or the other, God will provide. I promise you. And your children will not be harmed by it. Mothers, if you're doing this to your children, shame, shame, shame on you. Fathers, if you're making a decision not to pay when you have the money, shame, shame, shame on you. Don't be ignorant. You will get what you deserve. Both of you. You will. You will get it in the end. Don't think you're going to get by with this. Be not deceived. As a man sows, so shall he reap. Now, this is long, and this is not what anybody wants to hear, and nor do I want to tell it. But I had a situation recently that someone I know is having this happen right now, being destroyed by his ex-wife. I had another one who, the poor guy was in his late 60s. His wife, his children were all grown up, but because he had not paid child support, she had his Social Security garnished. That poor guy died a pauper. She was doing great. She got remarried. The kids were grown up. All was well. But no, she had his wages garnished. No, no, do not do that to another human being. Do not. That's not right. Just get on with it. Once you put your trust in God, He'll come in there for you and help you. It's because you're really trusting in the ex-husband and the system. Make a decision. I've tried to teach this to so many women, and I only know of one who really did it. The one who pulled them off of her ex-husband. And you know what? She's doing really, really good. She's in business. She has a little babysitting service. It's a big service. It's actually a daycare. And you know what? That little service has prospered, and I'm so proud of her. Good for her. You need to do that. Oh boy, this was a long one. But with that said, I'm Velma Hagar, bidding you a blessed day and reminding you, I'm smiling again. Oh my gosh, smiling, but I dropped my video. Okay, I wanted to get my book out. My book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. Many of you have it, and if you don't, get it on Amazon.com. Tomorrow, I promise I'll have a happy, upbeat, whatever this is. I'll teach you something happy tomorrow. Okay, you guys, until then, this is Velma Hagar bidding you a blessed day. Do not try to harm your ex-mate, any way, shape, or form. I mean it. It'll come back on you. Either one of you, men or women.